welcome back. Once again, we're here in Steeston on the boardwalk, which is a fantastic place to get out and walk and stroll and enjoy the great outdoors. Something that is always great for you to do from a holistic perspective. Joining me now is Jane McDougall with a health story about an issue that we all need to be aware of: depression. Jane?
Stu, I'm out here breathing in the fresh air on what is kind of a gray day, but you know, getting outside in any kind of weather is good for the spirit and the soul. In this story, I'm going to introduce you to Donna Bryant. Now, Donna is an active, vibrant, intelligent woman who found herself inexplicably spiraling downward.
Calling this meeting to order at 8:05.
Donna is the chair of the BC Mental Health Foundation. She raises money to help pay for the care of anyone with a mental health issue. So here she is, working for an agency that focuses on mental health, and still she found herself in the throes of a depression.
I had devoted my life to raising children. I have 4 children. And at a particular moment in time, suddenly, they had all left. They'd all flown the coop. And I found myself kind of at odds and sods, without purpose, without a routine, without all of the things that gave meaning to my life. I couldn't get past those blue periods. I couldn't say to myself, pull yourself out of this, girl, and do it. It just wasn't happening. I kept spiraling further and further down. At any rate, it got so significant that I eventually made an attempt on my life. I was severely depressed. So I didn't talk to people, and that's how it spiraled continually down. When I finally made this anguished cry in terms of an attempt on my own life, others began to intervene, professionals, and that made all the difference. I was then put on antidepressant medication. I was then offered professional help in terms of talk therapy, and my family reached out. These things made a difference. My friends reached out, and my life slowly began to get back on track.
Looking at Donna Bryant today, it's hard to imagine her being pressed into the darkest corners of life. What's even more surprising is that she's willing, in fact, eager to talk about it.
Every time I speak personally to somebody, it's amazing the openness with which they respond, either sympathetically, compassionately, or they come to me with their own stories. They open up to me, and that's a revelation, because there is so much connectivity and so much need, and the world will be a better place if we are open and honest about it. It's literally giving us freedom, and that's where the stigma associated with mental illness will be erased.
Joining me now is Dr. Joti Samra, an adjunct professor and scientist from Simon Fraser University's Faculty of Health. Dr. Samra, is depression something that is quite common amongst all of us as we age?
Absolutely. We know that 1 out of 4 people will deal with a clinically diagnosable depression at some point in their life. The World Health Organization estimates that by the year 2020, depression will be the 2nd leading cause of worldwide disability, second only to cardiac health issues.
What are some of the signs that we might be becoming depressed?
When we think of the entity of depression, it's much more than just being low for a short period of time. If you're feeling low and lack of interest for weeks on end, more often than not, that tends to be one of the important factors to consider.
Can we preempt depression?
Absolutely. We know that there's a lot of good evidence-based support for self-care strategies and self-management strategies. So the same way we take care of our physical health, we can take good care of our mental health. That is doing things like being mindful of our sleep patterns, be mindful of our diet, alcohol intake, and all of those other kinds of things are important. And really kind of keeping good supports around us. Social support is one of the most important buffers to protection of our mental health and our psychological health.
So if you or someone you know is becoming depressed, what's the single most important thing you can do to turn that around?
Speak to a family member, a friend, someone that you trust. See a professional that can help you kind of distinguish whether in fact what you are really dealing with is more than just the blues for a short period of time.
Okay, thanks for that, Dr. Samra. Now, coming up after the break, our person of the week.